Welcome everybody to Everyday People with your host, Jesus Washington. And my very special guest is Toriana Williams, the one and only. The one and only, mashallah, 27-year-old, very responsible and mature.
Thank you.
Yes. So, Miss Toriana Williams, basically, you write books. You wrote a novel. You also do psychic readings. You do rap songs. You're a hairstylist. You're a cook. You're a baker. You're a dancer. You're an athletic. Habibti, what else you haven't done, mashallah?
Have you ever heard of like the saying like a master of all trades? I
Uh-huh.
mean, yeah, jack of all trades, but master of none. I'm just playing.
No, Habibti, you're the master of all trades and the master of all of them, absolutely, for sure. For sure.
So I'm great at a lot of things, but I think my favorite thing is just the writing. It's just the writing, honestly.
Is it just the rating?
I
See,
feel like
you know why this is the best station in the world and the best show in the world
Mhm.
because because people like you, everyday people. You are everyday people. You're like one person doing so many great things
Thank you, thank you. You spoke life into me. I appreciate that.
because it's the truth. It's the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Thank you.
Yes, you are welcome. So let's start off with your mashallah. When you are a baby, not the baby, it was your childhood. Let's talk about that.
Okay, well, I don't want to say the quintessential story, but I grew up in Detroit. But I
Mhm.
grew up in Detroit, so I definitely had some humble beginnings. I don't know my father, and my mom, she had me at 14. So we're like really close in age, but I'm first generation college graduate.
Mashallah.
I got a published book.
Mm-hmm.
I like to travel. I like to do all the things that she listed.
Yes.
And, you know, I like the future more than the past, but the past is, a wonderful part of our lives. But yeah, my childhood, I don't know, it always makes me feel so awkward, like, childhood, because it wasn't bad. It's just, I went to 9 different schools in
It's
Detroit.
greatness, Habibti, because you had a single mother,
Yes.
and then she had to take care of herself, take care of you, think of ways of taking care of her, the both of you. So she had all those challenges, just the both of you.
Yeah.
You guys came out through all of that.
Yes.
That's the beauty of it.
Yes, it is. Like, that's the thing. Like, the roads through the concrete. Like, it's a beautiful story. It's like you don't become who you are if you don't have humble beginnings.
Right.
Not saying if you grow up, with silver spoon, something's bad. Like, that's awesome.
No, because no, they face challenges, but
Yeah.
it's like different challenges than people that are
Surround.
struggling.
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
know.
Exactly. True. And that's my thing. Like, my humble beginnings, it made me and it didn't break me. And I love my mother and I love my family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's it's my childhood.
That's your childhood. And as far now we talked about your childhood, and now we finished from the childhood. But I know there's more to it. This is just the briefest summary of it.
Yeah, just go to this glance.
We're just gonna glance, but you told me it's full of love. You created like a bond of there's like a unity, a group of people that came together and still support each other till this day.
Yeah, exactly. Like my family, they love me, and I have two little brothers. So I'm the oldest sister, um, and yeah, we're all close knit, and they all like my poetry, which is wonderful, and they think I'm talented. So
Hmm.
yeah, we do have that tight knit closeness that it's very lucky. It's very beautiful.
Yeah. And what about how about the jobs that you have worked?
Oh my God, we'll be here all day.
You
So
you had some interesting things that you have done,
yeah, so
and then you're a very stern woman, very powerful in the workforce, very
yes.
powerful.
Yes, very powerful in the workforce. Definitely. Well, I started my working history really in Tennessee.
Hmm.
I moved to Tennessee when I was 15, and so working in the South, you definitely have to have some power behind whatever you're doing, or you kind of get, you know, you just kind of get worked really bad. I worked in like a lot of factories. Like I worked in a candy factory. I
Candy?
worked, yes, I worked at Wrigley. It was like, gum, the lifesaver gummies and all of that. That's
Wow.
my first adult job actually, which is ironic. But
The candy shop.
a candy shop, right? Candy factory, my first
Mashallah.
adult job. But oh god, if we talk about my jobs, oh my god, I had so many jobs because I'm one of those people. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm one of those people that it's like after 6 months,
Uh-huh.
I'm done. Like it's like I gave you too much of my life. I hate it here. I'm depressed. So I quit jobs,
Uh-huh.
and I've only been fired from one job, and it was for a coffee shop. Like, oh,
A coffee shop?
yes, it was so stupid. Like,
Mashallah, mashallah. What, you don't want to make coffee?
I was late because apparently you have to be up early to go to a coffee shop, and I do have a problem with punctuality sometimes. I'm working on it. It's one of my things I'm working on.
طيب, that's good. But it's coffee shop, habibti. Don't people drink coffee in the morning?
Yeah, but I was only late like twice, and the first time I was late, it wasn't even my fault. So I didn't feel like, usually it's 3 strikes, you're out. It was
Uh-huh.
like second time, you're out of here. I was like, well, fine. But yeah, I've had a lot of jobs. Yeah. Right now, like it's funny because my book is on Amazon, but I work at Amazon. So like, yeah.
How did you like? When did you start writing your novel and your poetry book?
So I started writing my book in college. I went
Uh-huh.
to Middle Tennessee State University in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and I started, dating and having problems
Uh-huh.
and therapy and taking yoga and just all these different things and trying to relieve stress and trying to understand and self reflect and everything. So a lot of it started in college. I finished some of it, post graduation. And I got one poem in there called Quarantine 2020. So I worked at Quarantine 2020 when it was on lockdown. I was like, this is ridiculous. Are we going to ever survive? Because like the news was talking about 15 million deaths. I was like, what? Like, at that point, I'm like, okay, I got to write this out because my writing is my therapy. So I was like,
Right.
let me write this out because I'm going crazy. But outside of that, it started in college. But yeah, college gave a lot of inspiration. Yes, 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 yes.
Both books.
Well, yeah, my next book I'm gonna be writing. I've been writing a lot of rap type poetry songs. It's very interesting. So it won't necessarily be about college, but it'll be about just life experiences and just different things. Because you know how you like I've been watching battle rap, so it's like rap. It's like poetry battle rap. I don't know. It's something new that I'm dabbing into. But yeah.
That's beautiful. That's a lot of like you're doing a lot of nice things, but because you're also a poet.
Yes.
So, rap and poetry is like the same thing.
Yes. It's very close, but it's definitely not the same. Like, because getting on beat is a different thing than just like speaking. Anyone can just, especially if you like enunciate and project your voice, and of course you can like just speak. But rapping, you gotta have some flavor. You gotta have some pizzazz and all of this. And
But it's in all of us.
it is. You got to pull it out though.
Exactly.
So that's the gray area that I'm at right now is the pulling it out part.
Because I've noticed some of us can like flow like fluently, just freestyle.
I can
And then some of us have to just sit down and write
write it down.
write it down. But they say there's more money in that because you could sell your poetry, you could sell your songs, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
To like different artists and stuff like that. So there's more you could do in everything that you do.
Yeah,
There's always ways and opportunities.
absolutely. I've
Yeah.
even thought about the idea of songwriting. So yeah, definitely. I've thought about it for sure.
So can you I'm gonna take a station break
Mhm.
and then we're gonna move on. We're gonna continue with the interview with Miss Mashallah Toriana Williams.
Mhm.
All right, you are watching Everyday People live streaming on Facebook, live, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Make sure you like, you follow, you share, you comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. And thank you so much for watching. And also, if you would like to sponsor Everyday People, you can hit this cash app, a capital J112233 capital W. أعزائي المشاهدين، شكرا لمشاهدة Everyday People على قناة WJZZ Cool TV. واليوم عنا الguest Toriana Williams, and we will continue with the interview with Miss Toriana Williams. I wanted to start off with you choosing one of your favorite poems
Okay.
that you wrote.
So I'm actually, and I love that you said favorite because this is actually one of my favorite poems to read to people. Like when someone says, "Oh, you do poetry, let me hear something."
Uh-huh.
This is literally the one.
Yes.
So I'm gonna read it for you, my dear.
Okay. You not just for me. Yeah, Habib, you're gonna read it for all
Oh
of
yeah.
our viewers.
I'm sorry for all of the
Yeah.
viewers too. I'm gonna
Yeah.
read it for you guys. I'm so
Yes.
sorry. My bad. My bad. Okay. I love that my book has a table of contents. 'Cause
Yes.
it actually can jump you straight to the page. So this poem is called "With or Within." Do you want to be with me or within me? Do you like me as a human being, my flesh, my mind, my soul? Or do you want to just enter into my realm and go on to the next girl, feeding her all the fluff that she wants to hear, entangled into your promises, attached to your every word? Is this the type of treatment that every girl receives in your world? So when I ask, do you want to be with me or within me? I mean this. After that first kiss, that first bit of contact, what if we were unknowingly forced to sign a contract stating that we truly want to give this a chance? Would you sign it? Or were you only interested in laying in it? What's your ultimate goal? If it's just to fill a few of my holes, I'll pass. Am I being too crass by asking straightforward, do you want to be with me or within me? Don't you dare say both, because you know what I mean. My ultimate goal is that I want everything happiness can bring. So when push comes to shove, and we have to announce our vows in front of the man above, when we have to proudly proclaim our love in a room full of our peers, would you say I do, or would you disappear? Do you want to be with me or within me?
Woo! Beautiful, beautiful poem. You know, it gets you to think. Do you want to be with me or within me?
Yes.
That is. How did you like think of the words? Like, what were you going through?
So for this particular poem, college, this is wonderful. I'm happy this conversation on the radio because this was a tough time. I went to college around like 2017. So that was the time of the Netflix and chill time.
Yes.
Oh my God. So that era was so stressful to date because everybody just wanted to basically lay up and just have sex and watch Netflix. And
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay, now, do you actually want to get to know me
Uh-huh.
and actually want to make this a serious thing? Or
Right.
do you just want to just, fool around? And I'm tired of beating around the bush. So,
Right.
like, at one point on my dating app I was on, I said, I don't need help watching Netflix. I can watch TV by myself.
Ah,
If you
yes.
want to take me out on a date,
Uh-huh.
you need to take me out of my house. Like, that is so weird. Like, why would you just want to come and lay up? So yes, that was like the inspiration for that poem because it's like, dude, what do you even want from me? Like, I want to be married. I want children. I want a real life, and you just want somebody to just get your rocks off. So it's just like, whew.
Nobody has time for that.
Exactly. So in college, that was the inspiration.
Like, especially like if you're trying to build something, or you know what I mean, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like when you're trying to basically like elevate in life and have something going on for yourself, not just for yourself. You know, at this point when you're talking about children, you're talking about for them as well. You're thinking for yourself and them as well.
Yeah.
So those are big, big plans.
Exactly.
But a lot of people are fearful and they don't, they're afraid of that step.
Yes.
So this poem is very powerful to a lot of women who are going through the same
Exactly this.
situation. Yes, and a lot of women do go through this,
A lot of women.
and they don't talk about it.
And men too, because I know I've dealt with a lot of guys that have been like, they want to meet a woman that has, deeper intentions and things, and they've been falling in the same trap too. So I try to say that my book is for everyone. I know it has women on the cover, but I'm
Yes.
a woman, so of course I'm gonna put a woman on
Right. But this
it.
no, but you are right. It's both sexes,
Yeah.
both sexes go through the same situations.
Yes,
It's
it's
just that like a lot of people are, don't talk about it all in the open and they don't bring it out, but that's why we have everyday people to discuss all of
this
this.
is why I do what I do, because somebody has to
Yes.
talk about this out loud. Like, Netflix and chill era was, whew, I'm happy it's over.
You're happy it's over?
It's definitely over in my life, but people don't talk about it. Remember, Instagram was just Netflix and chill, Netflix and chill.
Netflix is, yeah, and chill.
It was just
That
so
was the
much.
COVID era.
Yeah, that was the pre-COVID. Oh, yeah. I'm happy it's gone.
But you're right. Do you know like those are like especially like during that time those would have been really really important conversations to have with your mate, especially since you guys see each other probably 24 hours. You're stuck in the house, they're stuck in the house, you know what I mean? Nobody's allowed to come out. You might as well have but people don't have deep conversations
Mm-mm.
in their homes.
Nope.
They don't.
Mm-mm.
And it's literally the communication, and it's very very important to have communication because you're literally planning your life with this person, or if that's the level that you guys are on,
Yeah.
and it's very important that you talk about everything and plan everything out.
Yes. Like, communication is so important, and the crazy thing is, I remember like on the news when I was in Chattanooga. I was in Chattanooga in the COVID lockdown.
Mhm.
Um, it was saying that so many divorces and so many people, like, because they couldn't go to work and couldn't get their outlet from their spouse or their significant other, they're like fighting and beating each other up more than anything in Tennessee. And I was just laughing. I was like, imagine if you don't communicate with your spouse, you already don't get along, and now you're forced to be at the same house with this person for
Yeah,
weeks. You're probably going through, like, it's
a
probably
lot.
pandemonium.
Yeah.
I was laughing. I was like, I can imagine. But if you have a good family unit and you were locked down, I have fun. Like, I learned how to do my own nails. I learned how to do my hair.
Wow.
Yes. I
Yeah,
was
we have a
like,
lot to talk about, Habibti.
yeah, I was like, okay, let me. I have fun in my lockdown because I hated my job at that point too. So I was like, bad unemployment, but yeah.
Okay. So we I wanted to go over another poem with you
Hmm.
from your book,
Oh, sure.
because like this like it's very nice to go back and laugh about the things that were not funny at that time, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But now you could laugh at it, right?
Hmm.
So what's your next top poem?
My next top poem. Okay, for the
This is the top of the chart poem.
whew, top of the chart poem. Okay, so
Yes.
it's a few of my poems that I've done, you know, out loud a few times. So I'm just gonna look through my table of contents because I'm trying to. Okay, I can do "The Media Doesn't Speak for Me." That's a really powerful one. I've gotten paid to do that poem, so
Okay.
I thought, okay, maybe
Let's
this.
top of the charts.
Yes, exactly. I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
got a little bit of money
Huh?
from
Okay.
it. Okay, the media doesn't speak for me. The media dehumanized us by calling us super predators, a terror to the streets, to criminalize us. So while the world sees us down, the government can kick us off our feet, which makes everyone skip past the real enemy. That little box filled with lies and propaganda planted in our faces. So when the man gets a hold of me, there will be no mercy. He sees me as a threat and nothing else, a pest to be eradicated, infatuated with us. Can't wait for the moment to police us, just to mistreat us. But let the media tell it, we're just making this all up. Why is it that when you see someone wearing a hoodie, you're scared suddenly? Do you think that's coincidental? No, it's from your TV. Criminals, thugs, ruthless killers. Seeing black people paraded on TV marching into prison. This image was implanted. Since the birth of a nation, this nation and the media has manipulated the minds of the masses, and all I ask is, how many black people have you personally met who were hell bent on causing white fury? versus the number of black people trying their best to survive and thrive like everyone else. A wise man once said that the media has the power to make the guilty look innocent and the innocent look guilty. We have the power to look at people individually. So simply, look at me with your lenses bias free and watch how differently you'll see me versus what you see on TV. Remember, the media does not speak for me.
Wow.
Thank
Bravo. Bravo.
you, thank you, thank you.
Beautiful poem. And you were stern about your words,
Mhm,
and you basically summed up a huge issue. Huge
mhm.
in the community. You know what I mean? And a lot of people feel this way.
Yeah.
And you summed it up in a small poem, a couple of lines, and you said it, with passion. I'm really really proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
You're really, a powerful woman with a powerful voice.
I accept, I receive, I receive, I receive. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, because it's the truth.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I wanted to show everyone the cover of. I want you to show everyone the cover of the book.
Oh,
The camera's there.
oh, the camera. Okay, see? So on the cover of my book, it is a small young girl, then like a middle aged, like teenage sassy girl, and then she grows into like an angel, a goddess, a queen. And it's just like levels of elevation and growth because, we all have to grow and become our better versions of ourselves. And I'm big on like, transformation and metamorphosis, and I love butterflies and, things like that.
So you love my band.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So like it's all about just growth and elevation, and it's actually quite interesting because I lived in Tennessee for 10 years, and I lived on like by the mountains, and I had no idea she was going to put mountains in the background. So that's like
Wow. You
that's like
and
divine.
who's the artist of the cover?
Oh, her name is, let me make sure I pronounce it completely
Yes.
correct, because she is an incredible incredible artist. Her name is Sadia. Yeah, Sadia Zogafar. Yes, Sadia Zogafar. She did an amazing job on my cover. I thanked her. I tipped her. I was like, "You are." I wanted to
It's an
cry when I saw this. Yes.
amazing cover. Really, really nice art. And the minute I noticed it, I was kind of confused. Not confused, but I thought it was like the mother, and then maybe like an
Mhm,
elder daughter, and then the youngest daughter.
mhm,
And then you're like, no, this is the transition from being a small child to a goddess.
mhm.
And this is really powerful to think about this.
Thank you. Thank you.
She must have read the poetry.
Well, I mean, she is me. She is you. She is all people. We should all grow and shed from our phases, and then become the gods and the goddesses that we are meant to be.
That's right.
That's what I believe. So
That's the only truth.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show, Habibti. I'm going to do another station ID, and we're going to transition to the next question
Mhm.
and continue our interview.
Okay.
Okay, you are watching Everyday People Live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Make sure you like, you follow, you share, you comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching WJZZ, the coolest station in the world. And thank you so much for watching. And also, if you would like to sponsor the show, you can hit this Cash App, capital J, 112233, capital W. And أعزائي المشاهدين، شكرا لمشاهدة Everyday People على قناة WJZZ Cool TV. And today's guest is Miss
Toriana Williams.
Toriana Williams, the one and only, the most powerful woman in this world. That's what I believe. Your voice is very, very powerful.
I am so, thank you. I accept.
Just accept and receive. That's it.
Yes, accept
You're
and
meant to
receive.
hear it.
Yes, I'm like, wow. That's powerful. Okay. But tell my mama to.
So your mama did say we're gonna send her the link.
Yes. I'm like, mama, she's the most powerful woman, so now you gotta listen. I'm just
Exactly, because didn't you write about your mom?
yes.
Yeah, well, read all what you wrote about your mom.
Oh, whoa.
Thanking her.
Oh, yeah. So, everybody got shout out their their family and stuff. So
Yeah.
like in my book, in my special thanks, I put, lastly, thanks to my mother, Katina Williams, who has always believed in me even when I was too insecure and afraid to believe in myself. Thank you so very much. So I had to shout out my mom because the older I got, I realized that some people's parents like don't support what they do, and I
Yes.
realized my mom actually been like my low key like, you're awesome, you're great, you're beautiful, you're this, and I'm like, man, you're supposed to say that. You're my mom.
She gave you positive motivation.
And I didn't realize that people's parents don't really talk to them like that. I'm like, oh shoot. So now when I became like literally in college was such a learning. I don't know. College is crazy. But I
Yeah.
remember in college I was like, thank you. I was a bratty, unappreciative teenager. Like, thank you. You're awesome. Like, I sucked, and I literally called her and just told her straight up. So like for me, I realized, I got to shout her out because she always said, because my favorite poet is Maya Angelou. So she always was like, you love Maya. What are you doing? Share your poetry. Do this, do that. I'm like, oh, whatever. Like, you're supposed to be my biggest fan. But no, people's parents are not their biggest fans.
Yes.
So, I got to
Yes.
say thank
A
you,
lot
mama.
of a lot of us fall into this category, you know.
Yeah,
But you've been really blessed to have a mother who was very supportive from the beginning
yeah,
and gave you only positive motivation.
yeah.
I thank Miss Williams because if it wasn't for her, you wouldn't be on my show, Habibti.
Exactly. You always got to shout out your mom, like for real.
All
Yes, I love my mom. Yes, yes, yes.
right. So the next thing that you do, we talked about your novel.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, we didn't talk about my novel. So, Lord. So in college, I wrote this novel. It's not bad. I don't think it's a bad novel. It was just like
Mhm.
kind of like very erotica style. And my book here, my poetry book, it's for all ages. It's not necessarily something. I mean, probably I do use some very interesting vocabulary words, so you probably have to like look stuff up maybe. But
Mhm.
other than that, my book is for anyone to read. But that
Mhm.
type of book that I wrote in college, the novel, it's vulgar. And I didn't write it in
Okay.
the style of like actual novel, but I actually did finish it. I wrote the whole thing, but I put my effort into my poetry versus that. Yeah, I was a different person. You change, you transition. I
You
was different.
transition
Yeah, I
a
was different.
butterfly.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's where
exactly.
the butterfly came in.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's a different person when I wrote that.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I know you do hairstyling, Habibti, mashallah.
Why? Okay, I don't want to jump and say hairstyling, but yes, I do. I braid hair. I've done people's dreads, like faux locks, and I know how to install wigs and stuff like that. So it's like,
Do you have social media accounts?
no, I don't have a social media account like advertising my hair because I don't want it to be a career. I want it to be like I could do your hair, type thing, but not like a steady, ongoing.
You don't want the big clientele, so you must just do it just for family and friends.
Like I want to put this out there. I want to
But
be
you're
like
so good at it, though.
I am good, but I want to be a traveling artist.
Traveling artist, like what kind of artist?
Well, I do poetry, so I want
Yeah,
to travel and sell my book. Like in a couple of weeks, I'm going to Tennessee to a Juneteenth festival to
yeah,
sell my book. So that's what I want to do. I want to go to different festivals, different things, sell my book, meet people, shake hands. Hi, how you doing?
that's beautiful.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
That would be really cool. You need to get you one of these RVs and just like have a book signing every time you go into different states.
You know what? That's actually a dope idea.
And then you could like decorate your RV and make it like very like artistic.
Like like what is it like the buses like for like famous people? Like what's it
Yeah,
called? Yeah.
but you're gonna make it like I don't know. You're gonna make it like alive, with color and stuff.
Yeah, RVs are expensive, but yeah, I should.
Girl,
Mm,
you'll be the first one. Book signing.
RV book signing.
RV book signing.
That's a good idea. I like this. You're putting a bug in my ear.
That's why
Mm.
we're here to have a talk.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah,
RV book signing. Okay.
RV book signing. You're traveling anyways.
And my degree, I got a bachelor's in science, but I went to school to be a park
I have a
ranger.
bachelor's in science as well.
Yes. So I'm park ranger. So RV traveling, and I want to be a park ranger anyway. That actually is a great idea. That sounds really dope.
Yellow, that's it. Yellow, be on the lookout for the RV
Yeah, that
for
sounds
the
really.
RV signing.
That sounds really dope. Okay.
And I wanted to go into. So, are you working on anything else in regards to poetry? Are you gonna publish another one?
Well, yeah, I am going to publish another one, but I just actually published this 3 weeks ago, so I want
So
to.
it's fresh.
It's brand new, like it's brand new. So I want to put a lot of love and attention into this, but I
Yes.
definitely want to continue to publish because you don't want to have just one book. You want to have a catalog. So of course, I want to have like a poetry volume and all of that
That's
stuff.
what I was thinking.
Yes.
Like I can see like a volume, like a multiple volumes.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking too. So I got to put the love into the first one, then do the second, third, etc., etc., etc.
Because I want to see you at the White House and do some poetry every time they have presidency,
Oh yes, that would
and
be
you'll be a
nice.
part of the what do you call that, inauguration?
Yes.
Inauguration.
You know what? You got big dreams. I like this. I like this.
Why not?
I know, right? You said the president. I didn't even think about.
But
I
you
never
could.
thought about that.
You, you didn't see the poet for the
I saw it though,
inauguration.
but for real, I did see the point of the inauguration, but I
Yeah.
didn't think about me like doing that.
Why don't you think about you're living in this world?
I just humble spirit.
Humble spirit. Well, allow you to think big. Okay, that's the
But
only
so
way
you're
to do it.
like, I'm like you taking me to RV this? Okay.
But that's all like we meet each other so that we can actually, because it's already in you.
hmm
That's what you like to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love this. I
You
love couple. I love everyday people.
love everyday people. Oh, well, thank you, Habibti. Appreciate this one. Thank you, thank you. And please, if you have more guests, bring.
Yes, yes, for sure, for sure. I'm definitely, girl. I got you.
And I wanted, I believe we don't have that much time, but we're gonna wrap it up. But what is your advice for like all the little boys and girls and the adults and the seniors and everyone that's out there?
Whew. Well, my advice.
Yeah, let's tell everybody.
Well, my advice to everybody is growth is a choice. Whatever is happening in your life, whatever is weighing you down or bothering you, you can choose to wallow and be in sadness, or you can choose to fight for whatever it is that you want, or whatever it is that you believe in, or whatever life that you want to create for yourself. You have to believe it and make it real. So you can choose whatever life you want, and growth is literally a choice. Just remember that. You can always stay 16 in your mind. You can stay
Right,
16 in your mind forever. But
right.
who wants to do that? Somebody doesn't want to grow. So you can choose whether you want to mature and flourish, become that butterfly, or you want to stay in your caterpillar state.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's up to you.
The way someone told me, an anchor. He told me an anchor. He said go in the ocean and put the anchor in the water in the ocean. And okay, yeah, the boat will float, surface float.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's not going to move because the anchor is down there. It's holding it down and it cannot move.
Yeah,
And most people, that's the way they live their life, like
with an anchor on them.
with an anchor on them. And you got to let go of the anchor and just be a
Sail away.
butterfly.
Yes, I love
Yeah.
it.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for watching Everyday People Live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Make sure you like, you share, you comment, subscribe, and you follow. And thank you so much for watching WJCC Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. And next week, we are going to have a very special guest. And most of my guests are like now, they're very spontaneous. So, we'll do a preview. You can watch me on my social media accounts, J112233W, and you can see my next guest for the next show. And we'll see you next week.
Yay! I didn't do bad to that.